Hey there everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Chris Holme and today we are playing some Football Manager 2021. Return to the Swansea save after, well, chaos basically in real life with family stuff and health stuff and job stuff and the winter storm in Texas, which really knocked us quite badly, and we're still dealing with the repercussions and insurance claims and everything else. So 2021's been a bit of a rough one so far, but hey, plenty have it worse off. So what we're going to be doing is jumping back into the Swansea save. I've played a bit over the last day or so, pushing us forward through the main part of the European adventure to see what we could do. Refamiliarize myself as well with the save, with the players, what the ideas were going forward for this season and beyond. And yeah, lots happened. We've had a transfer window, we've had some news in a couple of places that I'll run you through. I'll run you through all the transfers and everything as we go. The squad might look a touch different than it did before, but not too different, I would say. But yeah, a lot to bring you up to date on, so let's jump in with that right now. So, yeah, it's been a good season, a very, very good season. You might see we're up in 4th place in the league. It's not bad at all. We've got 2 games in hand and only a point behind Man City. Now, Man United are already sort of pushing up the table, but they have blown a 14-point lead over Chelsea. At one point, we were quite close to them. We actually started off the season, as you know, very, very poorly. Then quickly rose up, and then we were right there behind them with some great performances before we just started bouncing back down. And we're kind of in our range now. The 4th place spot, I think, is our aim this season, Champions League football. Finish top 4. I certainly think we can get there. I don't know about 3rd place. Probably over the course of the season will be good value for that kind of position, but I don't think we're title challengers just yet. The squad's good, but it's not that good. We still lack that little bit of star power. So yeah, it is what it is. It's gonna be what it's gonna be, but we're playing well. The team looks good. Got some new contracts. Some players have played a decent side more than they were the last time we looked. Lewis Cook, our captain. I made the first 100 grand player for us. And Brewster and George still in the 90s. Barbosa's on 80, although he hasn't really played much. And he's only just come back off, I think, a hamstring type injury for like 2.5 months he was out. So you add in the recovery time, it was a bit longer than that, maybe up to 3 months. Yeah, I know Brooks and Bono, I think, both had new deals at 75 as well. So, not too bad. I think McTominay might have had a new deal. I can't really remember right now. Yeah, let's start then with the rest of the transfers. If we head over here, you can still see we've got an absolute ton coming in over the next 1.5 to 2 years. And not too much new. I know Janvier Dow is new. If I can recognize new ones, I will point them out. Good potential. Good young lad. Spanish. Great pace. Looks really, really good. I think I looked at him before and the scout report didn't say he was that good. And I think he had like a bit slower pace and a bit less in mental. So like the 6 months to a year, he's actually trained quite well, or maybe he's played games. Yeah, he's actually playing games, and he actually has scored his first league goal, so credit to him. I don't know. I think Mark Usmus is another new one. Very good Estonian attacking mid. Yeah, not that we need more attacking mids per se, but or maybe this is the guy who's no. Maybe he was the slow one and the other guy was not the slow one. I can't remember. We're still waiting for George to come in. We're still waiting for George to come in. Or Jorge, maybe. think that's it in transfers coming in. No, it's not. No, it's not. There's a Brazilian centre-back, Paulo Jose. He is new in. He looks absolutely outstanding for 17. He looks really, really good. Apparently he has some big potential. He doesn't look that great right now. Look at his current ability. But yeah, he's going to be an absolute monster at some point. And yeah, I think I'm paying decent. Yeah, 8.75. So I'm paying pretty big money to bring him in. And while I was scouting through Brazil, I found Carlos Vito, who had a 5-star potential and some really good stats again. Like, some not amazing, I will say that much, but he's big, he's strong, he's professional, he's got determination, he looks really good. Yeah. So, paying big money for those. Nobody else really on a huge amount of money, I don't think, coming in. 2 to 3 million is about the maximum for most of these players. We should be able to make a great profit on them all. But like I say, those 2 Brazilians looked out of this world, so I went in early as I could to try and pick those up. We also have Colombian 18-year-old, so he's going to be coming in. He's going to be coming in. Yeah, we've got 4 goalies coming in this year. And then Saldivar's coming in January. Everybody else is coming in at this, end of this season. Saldivar then at the end of January. Jose end of next year. January for Calgan. January for Munoz. And okay. Oh, because he's not got a club. So just when he turns 18, Christian Dulu will be coming in November, which just seems really strange to me. That does seem really, really strange to me. I'm 3/7/23. Okay. Yeah, February, March. Yeah, I'm getting confused between American dates and British dates. I thought that was like 7th of March. For a second, it's not. The 3rd of July, which kind of makes sense. It's in the summertime. Yeah, Uzmut's been waiting for a long time. Tamash will come in. Yeah, a couple of the strikers there. So, still, most of those will come in at the end of this year and replenish the youth that we've started moving around and started developing. Maybe pushing up in the first team. I got an idea of how to do that. Yeah, already this season we saw Michael Sant come in, and I've got to say he's played okay. He's had a couple of cup games. He's not done too badly. He looks really good. He's training well. He's still holding his 5-star potential. I mean, we got Tonali and Cook there, like 3.5 to 4-star range. This guy's 4 to 5-star range. Model citizen. Can't complain. Martin Savic, again, just insane mentals. Insane. He's out playing in the championship, playing a lot of games, playing quite decently for Millwall. Kudos to him. Again, he's in that same range as our starting players like Lewis Cook, which, I'm happy. Club captain, 100 grand a week. So, we're really strong in centre midfield. That's where all our players really are. Ramsden's an interesting one. We paid $250,000 for. I don't know if he's ever going to play for us. And there's been 1,000,001 bids on him. Now, sadly, the highest bid was about 300 grand. Most of them were below 100. So, I didn't really want to sell him. But maybe he's only ever a backup. I don't know. He's fallen down to that 3-star possible potential. So I don't know. I really don't know. That's a question mark there. But again, we didn't spend a fortune on him. Walter, again, looks really decent. Not got top-end potential, but was cheap. Good, solid defensive midfielder. Looks like he's developing. And then Diego Blasco comes in. We needed a fullback. He's a very, very good-looking young fullback with a bit of potential. I'm thinking he gets promoted and gets pushed up into the first team next season. But he's come in. He looks good. Can't wait to see what he's got. We also brought in another goalie then. Eugenio Sanchez comes in, and this is the reason why Ramsdale might never play for us. We can transition from Ronin to Sanchez, make a big profit on Tim Ronin. And yeah, I think Sanchez sits on the bench. We sell Stephen Bender, end of the season. So another guy we call up. We did make some transfers out in defence, so we needed another right back for the moment. And yes, Blanco came in, but I was trying to send him out on loan. So I decided to go on loan myself. And Dion Sanderson, young guy, up at Celtic. I believe he came through Wolves. Yeah, he came through Wolves. He's had a couple of loan deals, Cardiff, Sunderland, and Real Salt Lake. Celtic paid decent money for him. Haven't really used him. You know, decent. He's solid. He's not great. But he's just good enough to cover that right back spot where Wagyu Grade A beef is not available. Because he is my new starter with a new contract as well. So, yeah. Just basically for the end of the season. Until I'm happy to call Blasco up. And I thought Blasco was going to be out on loan anyway. So why not just do that? Ben Beachy. This kid is unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. I can't believe the scouts took so long to find him. There's also one at Leeds, which I really like. I think it's... Where are you? You're not even in the first team. James Matthews. Again, I'm really liking James Matthews. A little bit lower on the mentals than Beachy, but yeah, he's also going to cost an absolute fortune, which is why I didn't go for him. So yeah, you're probably talking 25 to 30 million before they even respond. But yeah, I might be putting a bid on James Matthews at some point over this season and trying to get him and Beachy together long term as like our English and Irish strike force up top. Keep it as much UK and Ireland, Great Britain as possible. But yeah, I really like Ben Beachy. He's already come in. He scored in the Cup. He scored in the Under-19 Championships. Like, he's going to get his opportunities. There's a lot of development. And I just really like him. I think he is a very, very solid player for us. Especially with Barbosa being out as well, having Beachy there, I thought was fantastic. And the plan is to keep Beachy in the first team and sell Barbosa at the end of the season. So you're seeing, no, Blasco, Sanchez, Beachy, all staying in the first team squad next season. You got Fabien finally in. Looks pretty good. We'll see how he develops. And again, it's another solid centre midfield option, maybe attacking midfield option. And Federico Mora, like, he's been absolutely amazing. I don't know why the report is so low. I really don't. There's absolutely nothing wrong with him. I don't know why it says 42 for the analyst rating. I really don't. So, and I don't think we can check why. But anyway, yeah, cheap player, good player. Thoughts is keep him up into the first team. Brian Facey becomes our new starting left back. Mora becomes backup. We sell George, who tried to force a move out in January. He tried to force a move when Atletico Madrid were interested. He really wanted to leave. Their top bid, I think, was 22 million. I wasn't happy with that. He's valued at 21. He's been absolutely amazing for me all season. And not just all season. I think ever since he's set foot in the club, both seasons, I've been really kind of happy with the way he patrols that left-hand side and drives the action. I think he's getting better. He's still young. He's only 26. So I was going to keep him till about 28 and then sell for a profit. But if he really wants to go, I think Facey and Mora are a fantastic 1-2 punch. So we cash in on George and put that money elsewhere. Maybe on a Matthews type player up top. So, again, that's kind of the idea. Not too much money spent this season. 24 million in total. I'm very happy. Like I say, next season, Blasco, Sanchez, Beachy, Mora. All those should be in the first team that we've just brought in. And a couple other reserves as well. But what's that? 2.25. So 10 million basically. No, wait. Calculating that. Not that. I thought that's a bit low. Okay, so 16 million. So 18.8. So under 20 million, but we get 4 players who will sit on the bench or be rotation players, but 2 fullbacks, a striker and a goalie in for next season. All the loan deals out, Colin Mitchell for 10 million. Still looks like a really good deal for us. They haven't even played him. They've asked overpaid. Harry Jones is at least getting sort of oh no, he's not even getting games at Birmingham. So again, not sure why. Kai Ludvigsen we sold and isn't getting games at Derby. They're all under 23. And here comes the big changes. Here comes the big change. And this is a mixed bag of transfers going out. Longstaff wanted to leave. He wanted first team football. I told him no. I really like Palaversa. I really like McTominay. I really like Tonali and Cook. I like the fact that I can play Brooks and Elena in centre midfield and they'll still play well as Mizzalas. I didn't know what Longstaff was going to do for me. He didn't seem to play at all, really. Did okay, but I don't know. I really should have kept him and maybe sold one of the foreign players and just kind of kept it British as much as I could, but he wanted first team football. He wanted to leave. He didn't want to let it go until the end of the season. So we did the deal. We offered him out. A bunch of clubs came in. Liverpool 24.5, I think, is a very cheap deal. I think we could have got maybe double that if we really pushed. But he wanted out. I didn't think we were missing out on anyone great. We got a bunch of good young centre midfielders coming through, like Santa Martincevic. We're not going to miss him, so I decided to let him go. A slight profit on that one, but not as much as we could have got. Big profit on Cardoso's pure profit, in fact. Came in, did okay, got loans, bit of potential, never going to hit it. He's 21. Just never developed. Didn't even do like stupidly good out on loan either. MK Don's not great. Newport he did good for. La Rosa did okay for. But yeah, he just wasn't developing. And yeah, we needed to do the work permits. We needed to get all the work permits sorted again after the date had been done. So you basically, I think, got 2 years after like Brexit came in, where you would be able to, be okay with the players already on a contract, and after that, they'd need a new work permit. Well, Diego didn't get one, so Diego, with his poor mentals, his lack of production, and the fact that we could sell him back to Benfica, back to Benfica kind of made sense to me. Not too shabby. Really not too shabby there. I'm kind of glad. Augsburg, I don't know where they got the money, but they wanted Benjamin Heinrichs. There was a Chinese team. Oh my god, who's the Chinese team? Jiangsu, I think it was. It was Jiangsu. Okay. Jiangsu Suning. Yeah, they also came in with a bid. I think he turned down more money to go to Germany, which, hey, is fine. I mean, he's out injured. I think he was starting for them as soon as he came in over Gumney. But Yeah, big money. Didn't really want to say no to the deal. Say we paid pretty much nothing for him. So a big profit for us. Back to that same point where he was moving away from Germany. The cost to move back to Germany's there. Solid, but the guy is just as good. Michele can cover Blasco and Sanderson, as depth. I'm pretty happy with that deal. But that was, agreeing that this deal was going through was key in me getting Blasco in early, and also then looking, as soon as I knew bids were going to come in and I decided to sell him, locking up a loan deal for Sanderson. So these two are basically reflecting the Heinrichs deal. So that was too good to turn down. That was work permit. That was him wanting to leave. Mixiero out on loan. But then he gets sold. Back to Porto, I want to say. Yeah, he's back to Porto as well. Mid profit. Looks like a good goalie. Still got some potential. Probably not our number one. Probably was looking at him as our long-term backup behind Sanchez. Which now might be Ramsdale as the backup behind Sanchez. But Mixiero, solid goalie, just couldn't get a work permit either. And that was the same issue with Rafael Pereira. And yeah, again, he's the only one that didn't go back to his club. He was the one out of the three. I couldn't remember one. But yeah, he was on loan at Mainz. He's done okay. They paid the money, brought him in, and yeah, solid young players, all pretty good. But yeah, nothing too crazy. Cameron Carter-Vickers as well wanted first team football, and he wasn't getting it. Him and Longstaff were really starting to rock the boat, so I felt I had to get rid. So 10 million, I think, is a fair value. He's worth more. He's going to be probably worth double that soon. Again, like Longstaff, we could have got more money for them, but we didn't need to. We made our money elsewhere. We've got money in the bank. So I'm pretty happy with it all. Seems to be off to a good start as well for Brentford. He's got an assist, playing quite well. Seems to be a first team player for them. So they were about 14th, 15th. Yeah, they're still about 14th. So they haven't really moved in the league too much since he's joined. They've had some bad times, but I mean, he fits in there. He does fit. So they're losing Cabasele to AC Milan. Okay. Looks like they're selling Sorensen. Harwood Bailey is probably going to be going back to Man City and not joining permanently. So, yeah, it makes a lot of sense now. They got Pontus Jansson, they got Carter-Vickers, they got Dundiama. Probably need one more, but I can see why they bought him. And yeah, Sanchez went out on loan. George Reed went out on loan. And at least he's playing a little bit. Yeah, he's playing, which is good. And then Morgan Clark, never going to be a great player. We've got so many players in centre midfield that it was easy to set him on the road to a new career. Inconsistent as well. So we got the money for that. So quite a lot of money. Some good deals out. Some good deals in. Like I say, we set up some more. Yeah, Sanderson out. And we call up the Andorran right back. We need another centre back. I did try for... Who did I try for? Todibo. I tried for Todibo. Transfer listed. Doesn't want to join us. Out of contract end of the season. We're still going to try it. But at the moment, he's just not interested at all. I'm wondering if we get Champions League football, would that move the needle at all for him? I don't know. Yeah, we got a ton of players on the short list, most of which won't join us. 15, 37, yeah. So over half of those won't join us. The rest are all youngsters that I'm not convinced on, but we've got good scout reports. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, if we sell George, Sanderson's loan ends. We sell Bender, so Sanchez comes in. Can never remember the right back's name. Blanco, I remembered at that time, Blanco comes in to replace Sanderson, and then Mora at left back. I think we're in good shape. So we add one more player there, and then we got our 2 players per position. Our centre midfielders, our 4 Mazzalas, and our 2 shadow strikers in attacking midfield. Although Vignato I'm probably going to sell because he's not been great in training. He's not settling down that well. Been a bit complainy. Once more game time. I'm just not convinced. Just not convinced. I'm looking at players like Demir, Elena, and Brooks and thinking, do we really need Emmanuel here? So, again, that's another one that could go out. We spent 8 million. He's worth 10. I can probably get 15 or 20 without an issue. He does seem to be a winger rather than attacking midfielder, whereas Demir's working well through the centre. Vignato does seem to drift out wide, and I don't know, but I think Vignato might go out, and I'm going to call up the Portuguese. Is it Vasco Souza? We've got, who looks really good, and we've just kept sending out on loan. Maybe it's time to call him up as well. Possibly get rid of Palaversa and call up one of the young centre midfielders. Or maybe Scott McTominay, but I want to keep the British players in. We got rid of a couple. So maybe it's Palaversa go out. Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's Elena to go out. Maybe it's Elena to go out, actually, rather than Palaversa. We'll see who bids on who in the summertime. Yeah, I want to bring up centre midfield. And like I say, if we get rid of Barbosa, that still leaves us with George and Brewster. And then Roberts, Beachy as our backups. I'm very happy with that. So, it's kind of what's happened in the transfer market and in the planning. What I decided we're probably going to go forward and do next season. Everything looks good in terms of our dynamics. We're all pretty good right now. I'm pretty well supported. We keep gaining highly influential players from the influential tier. I'm really, really happy. Haaland, Mbappe, Anthony, Vinjal, and Reina. I mean, most of these are on the short list. Reina, I think, is scarily good. Don't know about bringing him in. Vinjal, I'm probably not going to be bringing in. I like our left backs. Anthony's a winger, so we're not going to be bringing him in. Mbappe and Haaland are very much pipe dreams. Very much pipe dreams. The 2 new guys, not really gelling. The rest of the team looks really good. Tim running contract? No, bigger club. Okay. I mean, it sucks. At the same time, we got Sanchez. And I don't know about next season making that transition, but you never know. Sanderson won't be here next season, so I don't care. Bender won't be here next season. Backup goalie, I don't care. But they're upset over playing time. Everything else looks really good. Let's walk you through some of the fixtures then that we would have missed before we came back. I don't know roughly where we were. I don't think we were at the Europa League group, so I think Villa might have been the first game I played, which we played quite a lot this season, to be fair. But yeah, you can pause and look at the scorers, but after that Liverpool loss, and like I say, early season, we didn't do well. We lost the opening 2, battled against Liverpool, then 2 clean sheets, then lose to Liverpool. And not against their first team either. It was a young team for both sides. Like I say, Villa's a good performance, clean sheet. Big win over Dynamo Kiev to open up the Europa League. Very, very happy with that. Another clean sheet. Clean sheet at Ellen Road, getting the win over Leeds. And another one here for Sparta Prague. Another one here on the road at Brighton. Another one here at Bolton. A solid draw against Tottenham. They definitely were the better team in that game. And then they didn't get off to a good start. That penalty late on was kind of against the run of play. We did control the game. We didn't play amazing, but it was more, more what you see when the opposition just don't play well, and they put themselves behind early. So I'm glad to take advantage of it, but it doesn't reflect how good we are, I don't think, right now. 3-0 over Man City is a huge result. It's what we did against Bolton. We follow up with a big win against Everton, where our captain on a new contract goes nuts and gets 3 goals from centre mid. Big win again over Dinamo. And rescued a draw at Stamford Bridge, which was a really tough game. We didn't deserve to lose, but again, Chelsea were wasteful. That kind of helps us out. Solid win away, Sparta Prague again to finish off the group stage with 6 out of 6 wins. That actually put Dynamo Kiev through. If Sparta Prague had won, they would have come through in second place. So Kiev get the nod and move on. But again, that wasn't the best performance we've had. A couple of young players in the mix, not too many. Young goalie didn't do well. We got out of it. That was the main thing. Another clean sheet against Newcastle. Clean sheet here for pretty much the B team, including players like Nick Cooper, who could be good in the future, but very lacking in some places. Very lacking in some places. So, decent. And then, again, bit of a rotated side in places, but good win away to Palace. Kept the unbeaten run against Arsenal. Cheeky little road win against Fulham despite not playing our best. Beat Brighton despite Lewis Cook basically with the last action of the entire game. 95th minute. Near the halfway line, right in front of the dugouts. In from behind 2-footed challenge. We're 2-0 up. Their players running away from our half, back into their own half. I say running, he was kind of walking. Referee's going to blow within 10 seconds. There's no danger. My captain goes in. 2 foot. I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah. And that was Ben Beachy's first goal for the club. I wonder if we can quickly take a look at least Ben's goal. His first goal for the club. He was kind of expensive. So, grade A Wagyu beef. Reversa. And as it gets tipped down, predatory instinct from Ben Beachy. Nothing major to say there. But yeah. Lovely unbeaten run. Poor start. Get back on our feet. Out to the cup. Great European period here. And snatching draws away to Spurs. Away to Chelsea. At home to Arsenal. 1-1 all 3 games. So many clean sheets elsewhere. Yes, conceding a goal or 2 elsewhere. So let's see. A goal away to Sparta Prague and 2 away to Palace. Everything else is a clean sheet. Those 3 draws and 2 of our wins. That's it. It's mind-blowing. Not as mind-blowing as, okay, United played us off the park, absolutely battered us, 2-0, great. How we then turn up and absolutely batter Liverpool, I don't know, but we deserved that game. We deserved that win. Just unbelievable. But then as well, to go from that to losing 6-1 at Vicarage Road, where the team really didn't show up. So very, very hit and miss at the end of January. Follow that up with a 4-0 drubbing at Villa Park. It's tough to take in places. It really is. But then Molineux, which I think would be a tougher game than both of those. We play quite well. We control the game. We get a 2-0 victory. McBurney scores against us. But then we put that game to bed and kind of controlled it. Good controlling 4-0 win. Back with a clean sheet against West Ham. Good win over Leeds as well. Controlled that game. Played the youth and the returning Barbosa. He was on the bench, as was some of the other players, but the very young squad. Nobody played particularly well. Chelsea dominated with their first team. C'est la vie. Didn't care about the FA Cup this season. I'm looking for top 4. And then Brewster in our last game, yeah, we conceded, but we come from behind. We score a hat-trick with Brewster. It's been a little rough lately, but it's on the back of an amazing run which has pushed us high up the table. I want to bring you the game today. First leg of the second knockout round. Or is that just... It's not even a... Oh, it's not even a first, second leg. It's just a complete knockout round. Huh. And we're the lower seed, so we got home advantage. That's nice. Interesting. That'll go to penalties. We'll watch that today then. That'll be our second round knockout. Then we got Tottenham at home, which is going to be a rough match. Brentford home and away because their fixtures have been moved. And ours have been moved against them. So we'll see how that works out. And then Man City away, Chelsea at home. Not too bad a run in from that point. Southampton, Newcastle, Wolves and Palace at home. West Ham, Southampton, Everton away is going to be tricky. And we finish off away to Arsenal. I'm hoping that's not for a top 4 spot. It could very well be, but I think we've handled a lot of the big clubs quite well. And we've got Chelsea and Tottenham at home. Man City, Arsenal away, Everton away. You know, I'll give us a fighting chance in most of these. Man City away, maybe Chelsea at home, Arsenal away, Everton away. I'll probably pin those 4 as losses. And then a couple of other draws, win all the rest. I think we'll be in a very good place. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting end to the season. But I'm very, very, very happy. International Cup quarterfinals. Let's see. Man City beat Man United 2-1. Robertson, Dube with Garnacho. So they got a Traore playing pretty well. Okay, he looks solid. Goal scorer Garnacho. Possibly solid. Don't know much about him. Alex Robertson, I really thought would be turning into something by now. Hasn't really in the game. Dube. Just pure physicals. Yeah, but they've got Gibbs White playing there, so that's yeah, some big name players. You got Gibbs White, you got Zuno in there. Ethan Laird in there, who again I'm a big fan of. I really thought about putting in a bid for him, you know. He thought I'd put like 15 million down. Spend that Hendricks money on Ethan. Didn't end up going that way. Maybe I should. Oh, I don't know. Mengi's in there as well. Matic, the old player. So, pretty good competition level. I think got Bryth as well, who I almost put a bid in on. But ability just came down too low. I didn't think he'd fit. Maybe we go back in for him as a backup at some point, but I don't know. And Big Bad Ben Cabango, who looks pretty good. He looks pretty good. So yeah, it's a pretty good derby game there for them. Villa's under 23s. Do I recognize anyone here? Not really. Mesut Ozil. Danny Sewell. Oh, no. Dwayne Sewell. Could be decent. PP, I believe, is now off our transfer list. Yeah, he's off our short list for some reason. I think it was just the low rating, and I don't know why. Maybe that's just because they don't want to sell him. But as good as he looks, there's too many holes at 19. Again, I just don't think he's going to be a superstar for us. So why pay the money they're going to want us to pay? Theo. And there's decent very, very decent, the sides that are being put out at this level. Barcelona B, they got some really good players. A couple of players here I almost went in on as well. Jose Marza I almost went in on. I thought he'd be a good signing, but they wanted too much money. Who's the other one? Alastui, who I think I'm going to have to scout. I'm going to have to scout and see, but yeah, I was thinking about him. I think that was it. But they go through 2-0 over Sheffield United. Looks like they pretty much dominated. And somehow, apparently... Okay, Barbosa. But, I mean, they got Williams back there. They've got Clarkson, who plays well. Leighton Stewart's there. Glatzel. Again, Glatzel's almost someone I went for as a backup. But not quite at the range I want them. Adrian there. Peter Luger there. So, I'm pretty happy with our young squad, because it is a very young squad. Come through. They're even playing a goalkeeper in midfield, because we lack numbers. So, Keith Williams played defensive midfield, apparently. But yeah, Barbosa kind of dictated this game, you can see. New signing Fabian. Doing well. Getting the job done. Good hat-trick for him early on. Beachy in the middle gets a goal. And then Barbosa. Hat-trick of penalties. And a 90th minute misery compiler. 8-0. Big, big. Absolutely phenomenal. But yeah, that's kind of nearly everything. The other thing to note is we can't sign players over the age of 30 now because there's a new board. New board's come in. It hasn't interrupted anything. We're still extending the stadium, improving the training facilities. But they've given me a new contract. They increased the new transfer budget. They basically give me a new feeder club, which is Xanthi in Greece. And we've talked about a new board building us a new stadium. So a new board promised that. So we'll see how that works. We will see how that works. But they're basically some French players, French board members from just outside Paris. I think Guillaume was noted as a tycoon. Not really sure how we kind of know that and where we can see that, or if we can see that. But new board, new money. Still going to be moving back into Liberty. And then I think we can still upgrade the Liberty a bit more. I think it's about 40,000 somewhere. That would max out. Got a stadium sponsor now. Yeah, there's been a lot of changes. Like I say, it's been a pretty funky season. Who else would I want to call up? Souza. I believe if we sold Vignato, then probably Martin Stevic to come in instead of Palaversa. I think that's why I was thinking Palaversa, Croatian for Croatian. Call up Sanchez, Blasco, Mora, and I can't remember who the centre-back would be. Have to sign the centre-back. Yeah, those four get called up. Beachy's already up there. We make the transitions. And maybe we sign another young centre-back, because I'm not thrilled with our options. Nick Cooper would be about the best. I don't think he's first-team football ready. So, yeah, there's all that. That's a long update, I know, but it's... A lot's happened. We've also got apparently a golden generation coming through. It's basically going to be a striker, a defensive midfielder, and a ton of wingers, which we don't use. So, defensive midfielder, we can convert. Maybe one or two of the wingers. We'll use the striker, but it's just not where we wanted things. But yeah, here we are. The Ajax game. See here now. The other teams in this knockout round. Bilbao, you got Man City. I think they're the big two for me. And then you got teams like Benfica, Lazio, who are very dangerous in their own right. If we beat Ajax, I think we're about the 5th best team. We're in the same bracket with Benfica and Lazio. We're probably behind Bilbao or Man City right now. Maybe I'm being too generous to Bilbao. Maybe a little bit too harsh on Benfica. I don't know. But we're going to go into this game. We're going to see what we can do. Bilbao, big win. Hertha Berlin go through. Man City with a solid win. Benfica need extra time to get past Lyon. But yeah. Pretty much the 4 teams I would have picked go through. See what we can do. Move around. Why? Yeah. There we go. Take a quick look at the team they're running. Braga, Bono, Mefam, Facey. Pretty happy with that back 5. Cook, Tonali, Palaversa. I'm pretty happy with the midfield. McTominay for Palaversa would probably be my other change there. Demir behind George and Brewster. No brainer. Then on the bench, Tyler Roberts, Vignato, Brooks, Dana, Kelly, and yeah. Pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with that. There we go. Instructions. Save the game, because I haven't saved in quite some time. And, yeah. Looks like they're going with Onana, Tagliafico, Martinez, Alvarez, Dumfries, Blind, Taylor, Promise, Kudus, Neres, and Haric up top. Solid. Really solid. Well, I don't think there's anything else we need to do. Hey, Scott would be nice to have in there. Gee. Beach instead of Tyler? No. Oh, Beachy's time will come. Tyler's not really played much. Not really played much. He did well in the World Cup, actually, which I think is also worth quickly diving into because, yeah, all the way to the final, get the penalties. One of the big enemies, Argentina. England got so far. And you look at it, it's Ramsdale in goal, Maguire and Holding as your centre-backs. You know? And DCL had a nightmare. Bad game. Missed chances all over the place. Should have won it in real, in normal time. And then he misses the final penalty as well. So, heartbreaking, but yes. Oh. Tyler scored 3 and 3 for Wales. Got knocked out in the group stage, but he scored 3 for 3. Okay. The teams are warming up. The team. Up. Okay. Hands together. Take some pressure off. Hands on hips. Pump the fists. There we go. Nice little mix there. Palaversa and Tonali composed. The front three look like they're up for this. And then the midfield. Well, our club captain and our defense, I should say, with keeper. Good. Two. Okay. Ashton Gate, home of Bristol City, and for this season, Swansea City. We're in Europe once again against Ajax. Not going to be an easy game. Do have the front men make this count. Okay, that's our corner. Yeah. Finale. But can't get there. Big Chris Meffam. Gonna drive. Bono. All the way back. Not gonna take the risks. Probably good because everybody was out of position there. Now we can set. A shame that I thought that might be able to go somewhere, but here we go. Quincy. There's our club captain. Wagu to Demir. Palaversa. Nice step up. Drops back. George. Oh, what a goal. What a goal from Kyle George. Just cuts inside. I believe he hit this left-footed. Across the keeper into the top corner. Cook's first ball forward. Lovely little roll there. He actually hits it with like the outside, the toes of his right boot. Curls it past Onana. And we are a goal to the good. Gonna try and fire up the boys. It might not work well in terms of their morale, but I need them to be ready and focused and to really fight and not let Ajax come back into this. We're swapping yellows there. To a piece. We have got the goal advantage and Roning's playing decently well. We do start off this highlight. Doesn't mean it's going to be our highlight. Hopefully it will. George to Brewster. Falls back here. Grade A beef. Can't get the ball there, but Palaversa. Can we afford to get rid of someone like Palaversa? He's an engine man. Brewster took his time. It's off the post. Oh, Yusuf Durmia with a chance there. Gnarly towards the far post, headed clear. Here comes Tadic. The Kudus, we had players back, but they were all central. And that's a let-off right there. That's a let-off right there. Closing in on half-time. Running to burnout. Up to Agui. Cook. George back to the grade A beefster. No, he goes central. Ryan Brewster with a chance. Demir's hit the post. Brewster was one-on-one and misses. Kudus for them has missed a one-on-one. We got the goal from George. Facey does really well. Demir can't get there. Wagwe. Oh, come on, boys. Been such a good place to score as well just for half-time. That was poor. That was poor. The ball there was out wide left. Facey was right there. Look at Neres. Oh my god, they're killing us. On the offside trap. And there's the goal. There's the goal. Ah. Thought it might come. I thought it might come. That was poor from us. Poor from us trying to play an offside trap against a very quick team. I didn't tell them to play an offside trap, but they've done it 2 or 3 times now. Oh, and George right there on Anna. Just one apiece. One apiece. Booking this ball well. Brewster's onside. But it pings off the post for the second time in the first half. We're going to go in. One apiece. Happy, boys. I'm not happy. Pump fists. Pump fists. Pump fists. Let's go. Let's get this game. Been a good game so far. It's been a good game so far. Could be anybody's game still. Havertz actually is not playing great. Demir hit the post. We're too open at the back to the long ball. That's been the entire first half. Basically does well. Cleans up to running. Hook in space. Brewster's behind again. Another one-on-one. And he puts it wide. He puts it wide. Oh, boys, boys, boys. It's just not firing today for a couple of these players, is it? Gonna move Cook in midfield with Brooks and Lena either side. And then Brewster doesn't look on it today. Brewster doesn't look on it. I'm going to give Roberts a shot. Now I'm going to give Roberts a shot, boys. I'm going to give him a shot. I think we've been the better team slightly, but we need to make it count. Demir can break. We can go 1-3 right now. He's got a man at the far post. He's going to beat them all. He tries. He scuffs the shot. Bad angle, bad shot choice. Last 20 minutes of the game. I say it's been really tight. Just getting in each other's way. That's really poor. Yes, he does so well, though. Roberts. Beat George. Roberts making a run. Plenty of men back for them. Roberts the facey. Calderina off the bench. Yes. What a goal. He's in space. He steps up. Edge of the area. Roberts doing good work. Maybe not as effective as he could be, but works really hard. And then unmarked, he just toe pokes it, I think, again outside of his foot. Into the back of the net. Focus. Everybody focus. 15 minutes. We definitely deserve to win this game on the balance of play and what we've seen highlights-wise. So let's see what we can do. We need running to be big. We need the boys to step up. Final moments of the game. One last chance for Ajax to come back into this one. We get a throw in. Facey to Roberts. Elena back to Facey. Hook, the captain. Elena and Facey. It's time wasting. Brooks finds Wagyu, grade A. Oh, it's not a grade A cross. And Demir gets under it. That's the final whistle, though. Good value win over Ajax. A solid team performance. We might not be the best, but we can get the job done. Great game by Onana. Absolutely fantastic game by him. But we deserve that. And I am absolutely delighted. Very nice. Very, very nice. Brewster, not great today. Palaversa, not great today. Those would be my two that I was kind of unhappy with. Too many bookings. But yeah, the bench. Roberts worked hard. Didn't get much done, but he worked hard up front. Really happy that Brooks came on, did the same over the right-hand side. And Elena, he got the goal. And that's going to be a big, big victory. Lazio pick up the win. Lille pick up the win. Braga need to go to penalties, but pick up the win. And we win. So everybody at home, which I thought would be the case, everyone at home got the win. Wonder who we're getting next. That's absolutely fantastic. That's what we needed. Praise Kai George. I don't think I need to warn Paloversa for a 6.4. Sometimes I will, sometimes I won't. But yeah, I think it was decent. We hit the post twice. We messed up a couple of good chances, a couple right to the nana. But we were only undone twice, really, with a long ball, which put them 1-on-1 with the keeper. First time we got away with it, second time hurt us. We changed the tactics, we set up, we didn't let them back in the game, and we deserved that win. Very, very happy with that performance. Short turnaround, Tottenham, Brentford, and then Brentford away. But at least their home games. At least their home games. When is the quarterfinal? And, well, a little bit too far in the future for this one. The video's run long enough, but thank you very much for sticking with us and on this amazing journey. Looks like we're going to push the Man City game back, which... Okay. This could either be really good or really bad. I'm not sure. Gives us more time in between Man City and Chelsea to play back-to-back first teams, but... Yeah, okay. I think it's good. Training going really well. Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's actually quite good. So, there we go. Win over Ajax. Solid performance. Through in Europe. Tons of catch-up. If you enjoy the series, please do let me know. Comment section down below what you want to see more of, what you want to see less of. Like, comment, subscribe. You know the drill by now, guys. Thank you very much for continuing to watch and support the channel and these videos. Till next time, I'll see you soon. Stay safe, take care, behave yourselves, and all the best.